The Voice is prepared to spend a lot of money to hire its most well-liked coaches following a poor season. Adam Levine, Blake Shelton, Gwen Stefani, and another former coach are reportedly being pursued by NBC. For the most recent information on the unexpected transfer, continue reading. This month, a winner from Season 28 of The Voice was announced. The wait for a new season won't be long. According to reports, Season 29 was recorded concurrently with Season 1. Early in 2026, the program will return to NBC, but with some notable alterations. There will only be 3 chairs available for candidates rather than 4 coaches. Adam Levine, Kelly Clarkson, and John Legend have already agreed to return for the Battle of Champions season. Producers are apparently searching for a method to commemorate the show's historic 30th season, as Season 29 is almost ready to air. Insiders claim that the network intends to reinstate 4 of its most well-liked coaches. The Voice's first coaches were Blake Shelton and Adam Levine. After 16 seasons, the Maroon 5 frontman departed the show in 2019. He came back for both Season 27 and Season 29. After 23 seasons, Blake Shelton departed in 2023. In 2014, he met Gwen Stefani, his future wife, on The Voice. One of the show's alternating coaches is the singer of No Doubt. Season 26 was her final season. According to reports, NBC is trying to have all 3 back for Season 30. Kelly Clarkson's return for the milestone season would be greatly appreciated by the network, but her hectic schedule might prevent it. In early 2026, Gwen Stefani will reconnect with No Doubt for a residency at the Sphere in Las Vegas, Nevada. However, if Season 30 filming begins later in the year, she might make a comeback. Conversely, Blake Shelton might be more difficult to acquire. Following his departure, he collaborated with Taylor Sheridan on a CBS program. However, the road's future remains uncertain. According to a source who spoke to the U.S. Sun, the producers are trying to lock in a deal to get Blake and Adam back together. They've wanted that for years, and think 30 is an opportune time to make it happen. Getting Blake and Gwen back at all is the biggest challenge. It's probably going to cost the show a fortune to make that happen, the insider continued. There is nothing official yet about the coaches for Season 30. The insider informed The Sun. Many people would watch if Blake Shelton returned. Social media was used by Voice fans to make predictions about which past judges will return for Season 30. The Voice has flourished on change for over 10 years, with new coaches, revolving panels, changing formats, and new musical viewpoints. However, despite the show's ongoing reimagining, one thing has stayed true for devoted viewers. Nothing can match the charm of its original era coaches. The Voice may be thinking about going back to its origins by bringing back Blake Shelton, Gwen Stefani, and Adam Levine, according to reports circulating in the entertainment industry. This move might reignite the spark that made the show a national phenomenon. This possible reunion would be more than just a sentimental gesture if it were real. For a franchise that values chemistry just as much as rivalry, it would be a strategically significant, emotionally charged, and profoundly symbolic occasion. The significance of the original coaches from its first seasons. The Voice stood out not only for its blind auditions, but also for the characters that occupied those recognizable red chairs. Gwen Stefani's daring pop individualism, Adam Levine's rock star swagger, and Blake Shelton's country charm created a chemistry that seemed impromptu, lighthearted, and electrifying. Their exchanges became to be as captivating as the stage acts. Viewers come to see the coaches tease, challenge, encourage, and outsmart each other rather than just watch singers compete. The Voice became appointment television because of that unplanned chemistry. Fans still refer to those seasons as the show's heyday, even years after they left. Blake Shelton. The show's vital sign and era came to an end with Blake Shelton's departure. Blake, the show's longest-running coach, was more than just a judge. He was the foundation of The Voice. His sense of humor, mentoring, and intense personal commitment to his team gave the series a sense of coherence. Blake was relatable to both competitors and viewers because of his ability to strike a balance between lighthearted banter and earnest advice. He was influencing character, careers, and confidence in addition to coaching voices. The panel would immediately return to its regular beat if Blake were to return, even for a little while. Just his presence conveys coziness, custom, and genuineness. Gwen Stefani. Fearless honesty, style, and emotion. Though her daring style undoubtedly contributed to the show's visual identity, Gwen Stefani's effect on The Voice has always extended far beyond fashion. Gwen contributed emotional intelligence, sensitivity as an artist, and vulnerability to the mentoring process. She had a strong emotional bond with the competitors, frequently crying throughout performances and giving sincere support. She was a great tutor because of her capacity to discern artistry beyond technical proficiency. Additionally, audiences welcomed the genuineness that Gwen's personal journey, both personally and creatively, brought to the show. The warmth and emotional depth that people still yearn for would be restored with her return. Adam Levine. Competition, edge, and creative fire. The competitive spirit of the program was noticeably lacking once Adam Levine left. Adam, one of the first coaches, contributed a keen sense of humor, strong musical beliefs, and an unwavering desire to succeed. His amicable rivalry with Blake Shelton became legendary, resulting in situations that were impromptu, humorous, and occasionally frank. Adam pushed competitors to think outside of their comfort zones and to reach new heights in terms of ambition and artistry. He could be direct, but his love of music and commitment to his musicians were unquestionable. Adam's comeback would bring back that edge, the creative tension that made each episode surprising. Why this seems to be the correct time, the reality TV industry is more competitive than ever, and the television landscape is constantly changing. Authenticity, familiarity, and emotional connection, qualities that The Voice mastered early on, are what audiences are drawn to now. It wouldn't feel like a gimmick to bring Blake Shelton, Gwen Stefani, and Adam Levine back. Rather, it would feel like homecoming. It would honor the chemistry that first made the show unique, while expressing confidence in its legacy. When managed carefully, nostalgia can have a strong effect. Furthermore, The Voice is in a unique position to employ it without feeling out of date. A potential reunion to boost ratings. Strategically speaking, a coach reunion would probably result in a significant increase in viewership. Longtime watchers who strayed may come back out of loyalty and curiosity. Fans who have only heard about the dynamics would get to see them for themselves. There would be an explosion of parallels, callbacks, and snippets on social media. Every interaction would be reported by the media. Additionally, the program would immediately regain cultural relevance that goes beyond weekly installments. Familiar faces with established chemistry are crucial in a time when people have short attention spans. Fans of chemistry continue to discuss balance, not simply humor, was what made the Blake-Gwen-Adam relationship so captivating. Adam's intense intensity, Gwen's emotional candor, and Blake's grounded warmth formed a triangle in which no one voice was dominant. They put one another to the test. They helped one another. Additionally, they didn't hesitate to appear absurd for amusement. It is impossible to synthesize that kind of chemistry. It takes time to develop, and The Voice has it already. How a return could appear. There are other options besides a full-season return. The program may choose to celebrate its legacy with a milestone event, a limited-run coaching arc, or a special anniversary season. Even a brief reunion would be exciting and enable the show to connect the past and present by bringing together legendary coaches with more recent faces to create new dynamics while respecting history. Balance would be crucial. Familiarity without repetition, nostalgia without stagnation. What it signifies for participants coaching from these three legends is a once-in-a-lifetime chance for young artists. Each contributes a unique viewpoint, molded by years of achievement, innovation, and perseverance in a challenging field. In addition to learning how to sing, contestants would also learn how to persevere, adjust, and develop. That level of mentoring is uncommon and priceless. One of the most significant periods in The Voice's history might be a reunion season. Supporters are prepared. Fans' desire for a reunion is arguably the best justification. The phrase "The Voice is at its best when its original spirit is alive" recurs frequently in online debates, comment sections, and fan forums. Adam's fire, Gwen's sorrow, and Blake's joy all contain that spirit. Reintroducing them would feel more like reviving the show's soul than going back in time. Honoring legacy, rather than taking a step back. Reunions, frequently run the risk of becoming nostalgic, but this one would be unique. Since their initial runs, Blake Shelton, Gwen Stefani, and Adam Levine have all changed as people and performers. They would come back with new insights, new experiences, and a greater understanding, prepared to mentor the voices of the future. It wouldn't be about recounting old jokes. It would have to do with reviving a standard. Conclusion: a voice deserving of rehearing. It will be more than just a headline if Blake Shelton, Gwen Stefani, and Adam Levine return to The Voice. It will be a statement. A declaration that chemistry is important, that genuineness endures, and that remembering what initially made you great can sometimes be the best path forward. This possible return feels more like a promise to viewers, competitors, and the show itself than a rumor. It won't simply be nostalgia, speaking if those red seats swivel once more to show familiar faces. It will be The Voice rediscovering its harmony.